I got a few minutes, man.
Man, this shit is recorded, man. I ain't fucking with y'all. We starting this right now. God damn it, it's recorded.
See?
Let's get it popping. Yeah, Mike,
Indeed.
yeah, we're gonna get this popping, man.
For sure.
Go and do your introduction you want to. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'll cut out whatever we gotta cut out, but I just want to start it, get it started.
For sure. Yeah, man. Well, my name's Dee Futures. I reside out of Virginia. I actually know Quan personally because we was making moves in the car game together as far as respectfully across the hall. Yeah, man. I've been trading since 2020 right when the COVID time started. I was coming back from overseas, from Germany. Relationship, long story, with a chick out there. But yes, I got back from COVID and of course everything was on lockdown. Couldn't flip cars, couldn't do anything as far as for investments wise because everybody's in the house. So had to switch things up a little bit, things to do. And then I had a homegirl that I deployed with because used to serve in the military for a little while. She was started trading. Of course, me, wanted to see what's going on, try to get into a wave before it get like super lit. I took a look, see how everything was. I liked it. So I started trading, but I was trading for a multi-level marketing company. And I know y'all know how that is. So I'm not that type to be trying to sell somebody a dream with things, but I like the concept as far as like trading in general. I was in it for a little while, got to the point where I was like, yeah, this is definitely not my wave. So I got out of that, started trading independently. But the way that I was learning how to trade, for me personally, it wasn't fluctuating the way I needed to. I started looking around on the internet and then I started actually studying and learning from, you guys may know him, ICT.
Yep. See, I
So
told you, ICT is the way to
Oh
go.
my
yeah,
God. Mike
yeah,
has got a heart on now. ICT,
I just
guys.
told you.
Oh my
I've been trying to tell
God.
this motherfucker. He don't
yeah,
listen.
man. Yeah, so like for me, man, I actually picture trading and I like to describe it as art, right? So when it comes to people's trading style, for example, everybody sees art in different perspectives. It's still the
Right.
same picture, but it's in
Right.
different perspectives. So for me, what works with me the best are the concepts of what I learned from over there compared to the whole support and resistance, animal patterns, all type of different trading styles and logic. Now it may work for others, but for me, from what I've learned, it's been the most consistent. The
Right.
way I've been profitable from what I've learned. And I actually got to a point to where I don't trade necessarily like I trade from the inspiration of his ideas and what he put out there as far as like for logic in the market. But I was able to formulate my own specific model in which I've been consistently profitable.
Oh, okay. Because I was
Nice.
wondering. So I was wondering, which did you use one of his, or you just basically using the building blocks that he gives, like
So,
the PDAs, and you use those to kind of build your own.
but great question. So for me personally, so there's a few different things that he put out there in the universe, such as New Week Opening Gaps, which if whoever's watching this right now, listening to this right now, basically the way the formulation of New Week Opening Gaps work. When the market closes, we all know that the market closes on Fridays, opens up back on Sundays. But there's very pivotal points and levels, such as once the market closes at 5 o'clock, which I like to do it for 30-minute time frame and 30-minute intervals on the charts to where I put a horizontal ray right at the 16:30, 4:30 p.m. time frame.
Mhm.
And then on Sunday, when the market opens up at 1800 or 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time frame, I like to put another horizontal ray there. And then from there, I take a fib and right between those 2 points, I like to put a midpoint of 50 at the 50%. That is a very pivotal level as far as on how I trade with my own style.
I was gonna say,
Because
don't give Quan too much, man. He don't like ICT, so he not allowed to hear it. You know what I'm saying? He not allowed to hear it. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
listen,
No. Because every time I
hey,
try to
that's
tell him, he
Quan
don't want to hear
art.
it.
That's Quan. That's the way Quan see that
hey,
art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he not allowed to hear it. He not allowed to hear it. He not
Ah.
allowed to hear it.
man, you ICT motherfuckers, man. All right, listen.
So wait, hold on, man. No, let me get to a question because before we get into that, man, like I
Good.
think for me, the most important parts are when not to trade and when to stay my ass out of the market, right? That's the part that I have trouble with. So like that's like, not to interrupt. Like I said, I'm trying to avoid Quan getting able to hear all the sauce. You know what I'm saying? He need to go watch the 600,000 hours of videos on
Hold on, man.
ICT
Hold
and
on,
learn
man.
it for
And
himself.
you
Hold on,
lowballing
man.
it.
Hey, man.
Exactly.
Hey, man.
Go to the
Hold on,
hour.
man. Hold on, man. Don't start this, okay?
Hold up. Now, man, you said it? Okay, it says the meeting's been upgraded. But look, so my thing is,
Mhm.
how do you know when to stay out of which order blocks? I know which ones that I'm hearing him say,
Mhm.
but it still seems like, you know, is it just the market environment right now that's like full of fake outs? It's completely manipulated, right? Like even though you running into a fair value gap, you go
Mhm.
ahead and you're holding a 50%, you know,
Mhm.
the consequent encroachment of that, you go ahead and enter, and then it might go up to maybe the next short-term high and then reverse. And it not only does it reverse, it reverses strong, right?
Yeah.
Like you were completely wrong. And I'm trying to create an automated system where I use the institutional order flow entry drill as the entry for the system. And I've got it to where it's like a 45% win rate.
Yep.
However, currently in this March like regime that we're having, it's like it's madness. And it seems like it's always a lie.
Now, great questions, and it's a great observation as far as like what you're saying. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna give y'all some sauce with this. A lot of my personal like wins lately, because I've been consistently profitable for a little while now. I had to put some things on the back burner as far as personal stuff. But anybody reading listening to this right now, do not trade while you got personal shit going on. I don't care how good the
Absolutely
model
not.
is, because majority of this is mental. Majority of this, as far as like you being in and out the market, is mental. Binge trading is mental. FOMO, mental. Like all this is a lot of majority of this is mental. So y'all please stay out the market if you got personal issues going on, personal things you got to handle, family, friends, relationships, the one you sleep next to at night every night, all that. Stay the hell out of the market. Now,
Okay.
with that being said, a lot of my wins have been going into time frames that are not shown initially on TradingView, for example. So, like
Oh, you
for
mean like
example,
2 minute,
yeah, yeah,
stuff like that.
exactly. So a lot of times the real move are in between the lines as far as
Hmm.
on the
Got
in the
you.
time frames. Not necessarily in the 15 minute, not necessarily in the 30 minute, not necessarily in the 1 hour. I'm gonna tell y'all this, right? I actually plan on. I shouldn't even be saying this, but I'm gonna say it now. I plan on, because with my specific model that I put in place, I plan on shorting Bitcoin in the next in 3 months in a few days. If
Hmm.
price point is below a certain mark on where I see
Right.
which price at once it closed within that 3 month time frame.
Right.
Because in a 6 month time frame, a 6 month interval, it's showing sale
Hmm.
and selling potentially in the $25,000 to $30,000 below time price.
Yeah.
So what reason all I'm saying all of this and whatnot, I'm just giving that as an example. It's a lot of price. If you look at it, you need to scale back a little bit more as far as for a high time frame.
Got you.
So
That's
what you may see as a sale, for example, or short, because you see a fair value gap entering into a state of inefficiency, or a state of a lower price point, or lower lows, or low and whatnot.
hmm
So, because we all know, as far as like if you follow Smart Money Concepts, ICT, prices, the reason prices is moving is moving in an algorithm. Like we can't fake the funk now. Like it's price is algorithmically structured, right?
Right. Right.
I'm sure we
Right.
can all agree on that.
No, don't see. He's not gonna agree, but I
Yeah, and it's
agree.
I
okay.
mean,
It's okay. It's okay.
but hold on,
And it's
D.
okay.
Listen, D. Hold on. Listen. For a lot of the guests, I know we talked about this before,
Yep.
and about just how you're leveraging and the prop firms.
Yep.
So let's kind of dive into that and
Yeah.
pretty much give me like your experience with the prop firms. Trading, passing the combines, and then leveraging that and to really get really big days.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So the first prop firm I started with was, and is it okay if I actually say the names?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. So we just gonna skip over what he was saying and go to prop firms?
Yeah, we're going to preference. Yeah, we're going to come back. We're going to come back to
I was about to tell you, know what I'm saying? He giving the whole damn Bible, and okay, whatever, man, whatever.
come on, because let's get into prop firms here. I want to get into prop firms here. Yeah.
Yeah, and everything can be edited too, for sure, for sure. All right, that's cool. So with the prop firms, I started off with on the forex side, the funded trader wasn't profitable. Like being completely honest with you, the rules and whatnot, it wasn't meshing with me personally. So eventually, like around that time, I was trying to figure out, okay, what is it to trade? Because forex, for some reason, for me personally, I'm having trouble with finding consistency. Just the way the
Okay.
markets move, just the fact that everything isn't like, what's the word I'm trying to say? It isn't structured as far as for consistency for me, basically.
So
So
now wait. So when let me just quick. So when you're doing forex, are you using economic calendar? You watching the interest rate? You watching dollar index? You watching all of those things with it? Or is it kind of you just going off the charts like technical analysis?
yeah, so from what I was discovering with my own personal model, things were a lot simpler. For example, using NQ or NASDAQ, using NQ or ES or something of that nature as far as index futures,
Hmm.
where for example, new week opening gaps happen all the time.
Right.
And for me personally, the move was more crisp
Right.
compared to with forex.
Yeah.
So yep. And again, forex, I'm sure it's profitable for many, many people. For me personally, I like futures, which
Yeah.
falls into reason why I was looking for futures prop firms. So I first started off with TakeProfitTrader, which was very profitable for me in the beginning. It was actually to the point where I'm gonna be vulnerable a little bit right now. I was taking care of one of the reasons I stopped trading for a little minute. I was taking care of my grandmother. She unfortunately was diagnosed with cancer, with lung cancer, where she was making too much. She was making too much to get certain benefits. So it got to the point where I had to take care of her, my own, by myself mainly.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I kind of put trading on the hold because when I was trading with the fund trader, I'm gonna give y'all the story. And this again, if you got personal business, stay the hell out of the market. So I'm literally up over $10,000 in a trade, right? And this was at the time that my grandmother was diagnosed with cancer. Mom had some stuff going on. Little brother had some stuff going on. Sister had some stuff going on. In a relationship, that's going on. I'm
Yeah.
literally getting calls from doctors, nurses, and everybody in a span of 10 minutes while I was up $10,000 in the trade. But it's to the point to where I forgot I was in the trade, right?
Damn.
I go from up $10,000 to being down 200.
Damn.
Yeah. So that right there put a hold on things. So going back though to take profit, the reason why I brought all of that up. So I was trading. My grandmother unfortunately passed away, and that during that,
Condolences. Yeah.
yeah, thank you, I appreciate that, man. So her funeral was coming up. She did not have life insurance, and we just found out about it. That was I don't know if she was watching me, but which is still my career high as far as in the span of 21 days, 3 weeks. I accumulated over $30,000 off of withdrawals for take profit.
Nice.
And
Nice.
actually, technically 21 days, I made $30,000.
Wow.
See, and
So
that's what I'm talking about. So
yeah,
now, not to interrupt, but
yep,
when you're making these kind of trades,
yep.
how's your risk management, right? Like, are you using sound risk management, or like, if you, in all honesty, are you over leveraging, right? Are you trading in Q instead of MNQ with a $2,000 account, and you just happen to get a good push, right? And if you do know that it's a good push, or
Mhm.
that this is going to be a trending day, what are the things that you're using to, because like the economic calendar, you would
Yeah,
say, okay, we got volatility in here. It's a volatility injection in the first 30 minutes, blah, 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 right?
yep,
And then sometimes, like when I'm in using Top Step, I'll hit, a $2,000-$3,000 trade, but it's
right.
because I'm over leveraged, right? Like I'm
Yeah,
not doing it right.
yeah. Now, just again, I'm an honest guy, man. Like, unfortunately, like 90 something percent, and you guys know this, 90 something percent of these gurus, these people that's trying to teach people how to trade, having these interviews and things like that, this bullshit, man. A lot of them, they make their money off of affiliate links. We know this.
Yeah,
Right.
we know
So
this.
I'm gonna give you guys like the full port, like clear cut answer, no as far as and just nothing but the truth on this, man. On for take profit, I was definitely over leveraging. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like this back in 2024 May, I was definitely over leveraging. my risk to reward. I was using $150,000 accounts, and I only
Mm-hmm.
had one at the time that I was using. I didn't copy trade at the time. It was literally just one that I made that money on. So I want to say for me, using three minis for $150,000 account, that's over leveraging.
Mm-hmm.
People may think
Right.
different, and
Right.
otherwise, for me, three minis is way too much
It is. It is.
nowadays. So for me nowadays and whatnot, I feel like I'm a lot more organized. I'm a lot more structured in regards to, and a lot more consistent now compared to like back then. So now I don't use $150,000 accounts. I keep them at 50,000,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not going over many at all on those $50,000 accounts.
Mm-hmm.
On average, I'm only using 5 micros.
Right.
I'm on the MMQ now, not the NQ.
Right. Right.
So,
Now,
and it's a lot more organized, a lot more. My risk management is a whole lot better now.
Okay.
what made that shift though? Was it like more like did you blow up an account or fund one of the funded accounts, or like did you just say I needed a it was too stressful or something? Like what made you shift that okay, I gotta tone it down and really kind of put some boundaries there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So just to be honest with you, so back in 2024, like after like I withdrew that money, I was not consistent after that.
Mhm.
Like I was still over leveraging. And eventually, I like to put the market like this too, man. I like to have the marketing analogies as far as like the world that we see every day, right? So like for example, I was joking around saying that the market is like art, and everybody sees the world sees the art in different perspectives and whatnot. You can be profitable, you can't be profitable. But some people make money off support and resistance. I salute you. You know what I'm saying? For me personally, I see the market different to where I'm profitable in my own way.
Right.
So with that being said, in regards to the question you just asked, I like to look at the market as far as like going across the street in traffic, right? So for me, I made my profit by walking across the street, and it's cars coming in different directions and whatnot. I unfortunately wanted to cross the street again after I already successfully crossed the street
Right.
with cars coming, and I got taxed each
Right.
time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's got
Right.
hit.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I got hit. I got hit. Hit dog
Yeah.
holler. Yeah, I got hit.
And you
So
got
Because
yeah,
no
so
insurance. You got
yeah,
no
because
yeah, with
like
no
insurance.
with no car insurance, no medical insurance, no nothing.
yeah, because
You
I
know what
use
I'm
I use a
saying?
different analogy. Like when you say it's like looking at art, I say everybody. It's like when you go learn, you going up the stairs to go meet Pai Mei, right, from
Yep.
Kill Bill, and then
Okay.
you learn his fighting. He teaches you how to fight, but in the end, it's still your own personal kung fu style
Absolutely.
because it's you. Everybody's trade. You could give somebody the exact steps to do, and they're still going to do it different because it's not you,
Right.
right? So, and then you said the crossing the street thing. That's that's a big problem that I have as well. It's like I'll have a fantastic day, and then the greed kicks in, and I'm like, man, I could get a little bit more, come in and lose the whole shit for the whole day.
Yep. Yep. And that was the greed for me. And another thing too, man. For me, on another reason why I wasn't profitable during that time frame, man. Growing up, well, I'm pretty sure we all black. That's on this call right now, right? All three of us.
Man, I'm
Yeah.
Asian.
Like Mike, you're black too. Quan, I know you. I know your situation. So no, hey, this is what we do, man. This is what we do. But no, nah, but I know, like growing up, as far as like when we've grown up, you get punched in the mouth, you're gonna be ready to fight back
Right.
immediately. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In the market, it don't work like that. So
Exactly.
yeah, so
Exactly.
so for me and everything, I was fighting childhood stuff as far as like, hey, I get punched in the mouth, I gotta fight back on pussy, or I'm a bitch, or something, right?
Right.
So you
Right.
gotta fight back. You can't do that within these trading markets and in these trading conditions because your hole is gonna get worse. It's like quicksand. The more you
Yeah.
fight now, the more deeper you're gonna be in the issue.
Yeah, I
So
always said it like my way of saying that was that, say if you play fighting with somebody and they slap you real hard in the back of the
yep,
head, right? And you
yep,
turn around and you chase their ass, but they're faster than you. So you're chasing them all day. And then by the end of the day, they get behind a door or a gate or
yep,
something and lock it and you can't get to their ass no more. After you
yep,
done chase them around, they slap the shit out of you.
yep,
And you're chasing them around all day, trying to get them back. And that whole time you're losing money, getting more frustrated, getting angrier. And then still at the end of the day, they just beat you. And that's all there is to it.
yep. Indeed, you're absolutely right. And that, my friend, is why I wasn't consistently profitable up to a few months ago and whatnot, as far as like in this market. Now going back to, and that pretty much sums it up right there, man.
Because
That
I'm
is
I'm glad you
not being
found
consistent
consistency. Yeah.
profitable. Yep,
Yeah.
that's finding consistency is in finding your trading windows as far as on when you're looking to trade. First, more importantly, making sure your mental is grounded and whatnot before you step foot into this market, especially in live conditions. From there, it's actually developing a model of consistency as far as like with your trading, risking and leveraging properly and whatnot. That's a major key right there. Because a lot of
Yeah.
us, if you, I'm pretty sure you guys had a few times, especially if you trade prop firms, to where your model, you didn't trade your model, or you thought your model was there, but you didn't do proper analysis, right? So the trade happens, it goes completely against you. You risk, or you over leverage and whatnot, but to try to get your funds back on the next trade
right.
instead of actually sitting back and actually and seeing why you took that L and whatnot as far as in the trade. So now your account's blown, right? Because you over leveraged, you over traded, and trying to revenge trade, try to get that money back, and then you lose it twice. You lose twice as much by doing that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then guess what? Your trade goes in your direction.
Exactly. Exactly. It's the I'm telling you, like I always be saying, man, it's the worst and the best thing I've ever done. It's the
Yep.
most difficult thing. It'll teach you all about
Yep.
yourself.
Yep.
It'll unsurface or whatever the word is. You got to
Oh
get
yeah.
like deep internal discovery,
Oh yeah.
introspection, because
Yep.
your beliefs about money and your beliefs and your childhood traumas, just like you said, all of that shit comes out. And
Absolutely.
if you try to fight it in the market, you're fighting yourself.
Yeah.
And
Fact.
the
Yeah.
market ain't gonna do shit but keep taking your money.
Facts. Facts. This is like the most challenge. This trading, and granted, I was in the medical field when I was in the Navy. Like I've seen people pass that I got close with while I was in the medical field. I have had to perform certain procedures and whatnot. I had to be in the field with Marines when I was in the Navy because I was greenside with them. So I seen some things, right? So, and with that all being said, trading has been the most challenging feat and the most challenging objective, better yet, I've had to complete ever in my life
Yep.
Yeah.
because it forces you to fix yourself. And if
Right,
you don't
exactly.
fix yourself, you either going to drown or you're going to figure it out or you're going to
Right,
quit. You
right,
have no It's no other option.
right.
Let
You
me
know what I'm
ask you,
saying?
man, like
Yep.
how do you like, you know, I think we all feel it. Like we felt the pain, with trading and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I've had so many times I want to quit. So many
Yeah.
times like I'm like, fuck this. I just can't do it no more.
Mhm.
I mean, so like, what do you do? Like, what's your things like that you kind of do? Not to go super deep, but like, what do you do to kind of cope and kind of stay in it? And like, what's your techniques to kind of keep your head in the game with trading?
Well, he profitable now, so he ain't got no problem.
Hey,
Now he ain't got
I
no
appreciate.
problem.
Hey,
Now
but
it's all
and this
Yeah.
is what somebody
like
talking about, Mike. Is like, hey, yeah, you can be profitable, and I definitely, I hope stay consistent. But with these markets, like, it's never fucking guaranteed. It's the next day is never guaranteed that you're gonna have a profitable day. It can be, so like you said, you got to manage those days when you are losing and making sure you're not delusional and you keep your losses tight because you're gonna have days you're gonna lose. You're gonna
yeah.
lose a bit of money.
I think
Right.
yeah, man. I think like it's to me, it feels like I always lose, right? It doesn't matter. And I was talking about this yesterday. It doesn't matter if it's a winning trade, a losing trade. If I hit it to the moon, I was like, damn, I could have had more on that, or I should have held it a little bit longer, right? And I know that like me, my perfectionist sort of mentality and the never satisfied sort of thing are like those are like the two biggest things I got to work on right now to get right. Like I can see the light. I'm almost there, right? Like it's rare now when I take a bad trade, and if it is a bad trade, it's only like $100 loss at the most, right? Normally it's like 20 something, 30 because of the structure. I can tell when it's going opposite of what I think it's going, and I can tell quickly, right? So it's
Mhm.
like my questions for somebody who's successful in it are more like, what are those points, right? Like how do you kind of cut your trades? How do you like when once you win, what's your max loss limit? What's your max target limit? Like how do you like I need the mentality of someone that wins, right? Like
Right.
because I feel like it's hard to find a mentor in here. And no, I use ICT to learn kind of his SMC, but
Yep.
to have somebody that's actually in there doing it right, I feel
Yep.
like I need a post scrum every single day. I need to speak to this person and kind of like with a coach. And they say, well, let me look at your trade. What did you do?
Yep.
Like, why do you think you did that wrong? What do you think happened? Right. And I need like, do you have any community like that? Do you have anybody that you had that helped you come up like that? Or was it all by yourself?
Great questions, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a friend of mine, the one that told me about trading. We trade completely opposite. But like me and her, we chop it up every now and again. But in regards to trading and learning this, I learned on my own.
Mm-hmm.
As far as ICT was an inspiration, he is the inspiration to the model that I discovered, and I discovered on my own with certain pointers that he said look at. But in regards to like trading, I had to go through this on my own, man.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go through these L's. I had to go through financially at one point, not being in the best situation.
Yeah.
I had to go through all of this, man. I had to go through again, going again on the personal side, I had to go through personal issues and whatnot, in which I had to get through. I had to get
Yeah.
through.
Because there's
I had
no
to,
shortcuts. There are no
yep,
shortcuts.
yep. There's
So
no shortcuts at all, man.
how long did
Yep.
it take you before you found consistency?
Well, let's see here. So I'm gonna briefly go through this, man. So I started trading in 2020. My first I've been through a lot of highs and lows with trading, man. So my first literally, and this is like the best and worst thing that happened to me. So I made 6,000 in my first month and a half of trading. No shit. And a KOT broker, live trading. I turned a $300 account into $6,000 in less than 3 days.
Bam. So you out
And it
there,
was
you just take the fucking trade.
yeah. So I'm gonna tell you, right? I'm gonna say now it was luck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was all the
Mm-hmm.
way luck. I was in the right place at the right time, man. And it was the best and worst thing that could happen to me. But the best thing was, hey, I know this is real. I know it's legit because I just withdrew it and
Mm-hmm.
what and was able to use that money. But it was the worst thing because I'm thinking home runs are going to be every
Mm-hmm.
day when it's not the case. We have to focus on base hits.
Right.
So it took me years because I was learning the information the wrong way from this multi-level marketing company. I'm not gonna give the name, but I was learning from there, and it was folks that didn't know. It was a blind leading a blind place, basically. People
Mm-hmm.
weren't consistently profitable and whatnot, but of course they was making money off of between affiliates as far as getting people into business and whatnot, as far as a way of making money. Some people were making money, but a lot I didn't see any like too often of people actually making money off of trading. So
Mm-hmm.
so from there you're learning certain things that aren't consistent with what you're trying to do. So it took reason I brought all that up, it literally took me a year to learn the wrong stuff. It took me 2 years to unlearn the wrong stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a year and some change to 2 years to learn the right stuff that was
Gotcha.
best for me. So
That's
I'm gonna say
okay.
consistently profitable. I want to say it just started a month or 2 months ago almost.
Gotcha.
Me being consistently profitable.
And that kind of tracks with what I hear, like people like ICT and people
Yep.
that are being real with you, like SMB and stuff like that. Like they're saying, there's no way that somebody could do this for real and not give like 2 years of doing it, going hard at it. And then you'll start seeing the because it's like training to be an athlete.
Yep.
It's not something you could just like, and some people get it like that, right? Like, but
Right.
it doesn't work like that for a lot of people. There was something else you said, but I forgot. I know I want to give Raquan a chance to say something that he had to say, but I got another question. I just forgot what it was.
Yep. Do you think? Do you think? Yep. Y'all ask away, man.
No, yeah. I mean, so I'm assuming that the first like, the marketing firm, whatever, it was an ICT shop, so you didn't know ICT then.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
It was literally support and resistance, animal patterns, harmonic patterns.
Right.
That's the proper term for it. So things of that nature and whatnot, as far as on what the way I was trading at first. And if again, my first time I was profited within that first month or two where I made that 6,000, that was luck, man. Right
Yeah.
place at
Like,
the right time, over leveraged my ass off,
But was you
and it worked
using
out.
like the ICT concepts like really strongly then, or you just kind of
No,
just
nah, he
do
said
your own
he
thing?
was
no,
losing
I
other,
wasn't.
he
I
was
didn't
using
even know who
other stuff.
ICT
Even though,
was.
okay,
Right.
I didn't.
okay.
If I seen that acronym, I mean, what the hell is this? Like,
That's
is
that's
that
exactly the
is
same
that
shit
like
that
an
happened to
insurance
me.
company?
Like what is that? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
exactly what
Like,
happened
yeah,
to me. People kept
yeah.
saying
So
ICT, ICT. I'm like, ICT and SMC. I talked to my one boy. I was like, yo, people keep saying this ICT. Like, what kind of style is that? Like, what? I thought it was a trading strategy. And he was like,
yeah.
nah, that's a dude. And he sent me the link. And then so with my first 3 months, I was using the Andrew Tate, the real world. And there was a dude on
Mhm.
there named Ayush, and he was teaching how to trade. And that's where I really learned how to trade at first. And within my
Okay.
first 6 months, I made 30 grand. So just
Okay.
like you, I was like, oh shit, I got this. Right.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I could probably do this without Ayush. And as soon as I made 30 the first year because I started late. And then the second year I lost 70.
Mm,
Right. And
I
then
got
then I found ICT.
you. Yep.
And then I started learning like everything that Ayush was teaching. Either he knew ICT in the background, he used SMC in the background and wasn't saying that, or
Hmm.
it just so happens that his stuff was aligning with what ICT teaches. Because I don't care what nobody says. Like you said, everybody's got their own truth, and as long as you believe
Absolutely.
it, it'll work for you, right?
Absolutely.
But to me, when I was like, so how the fuck the candle's pumping for 2 hours straight, then all of a
Uh-huh.
sudden everybody decides to stop and start selling at the same time? Like that's bullshit. There's no way that that could be how it works.
Yeah, I got
And
you.
then I found ICT, and I'm like, I keep trying to tell Verquan, I'm like, yo, you need to start from 2016 and watch the whole shit,
Yeah, yeah,
and
facts.
you'll see the matrix.
Facts. And I'm gonna say this. I'm glad you brought that up. So for me and everything, and I think you asked me this earlier in regards to when do you know when to get out?
Hmm.
When do you know when to start and when to stop?
And when to
You know what
stay
I'm
out.
saying? And when to stay out. So for me and everything, I see the market as far in Michael ICT. He say the same thing. And I got it from this. He said that the market only it's only moving for two purposes. Only looking to get somewhere through two purposes: either liquidity or balance of an imbalance,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
So when for me on my particular model that I apply for myself, the way I know that the market that is done is when prices already got to an area of inefficiency, basically, either through balancing an imbalance or through areas of liquidity. That's it.
Wait,
And
say
then
that one
once
more time. Say it's back up.
it's
Say that. Rewind that like
prices
5 seconds.
prices basically either getting to area of liquidity or to imbalance a balance.
And you said when you start, you said basically you're starting in an imbalance, or you know that you're looking to balance an imbalance or whatever, right? Like there was a second part that you said that I missed.
Right. Right. Hold on. Say that again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you said there's something like when I start, I know that I know I you said I think you said something about when I start, I'm looking to balance an imbalance. I understand liquidity and inefficiencies, but
Right.
what when is it when you don't see any inefficiencies or when you don't see any liquidity? Is that when you stay out? Right?
Correct.
Because I feel
Right.
like me playing around in the market trying to make something that's not there is why I lose 70% of the time.
Yep, and that's an absolute fact, man. A lot of us we want to force the market to do what we want it to do when it's time for us to get in there.
Right.
And a lot, and I struggled with that for years, as far as something that I want to be there so bad. In my eyes, I make it happen, and the
Right.
market says, nah, try again, motherfucker. Like, try again, motherfucker. Yeah, but
Right.
nah. So like that's basically what that sums everything up right there. It's like,
We,
is your model like how many times have you structured your model to where it worked out as far as in previous market conditions?
Yeah.
And then is are you looking to hold on for a second, guys?
I told you need to fuck with ICT. I told you. I told you. I told you.
Man, fucking ICT shit, man. Fucking ICT motherfuckers.
That's the thing, like the ICT, you heard what he said, right? Like ICT isn't there to teach you how to trade. He's there to teach you how to look at the market. And then even that thing that you sent me, that link that you sent me to the underground, whatever that was, they said it in there. They was like the lens through which you look at the market makes all the difference. It's vital. Because if you're looking at it from a retail perspective and you're looking at it from like the way that they teach in the books and the way that all of the fake ass people teach it, right? You going, that's why they say 9 out of 10 people fail, is because 9 out of 10 people all read the same shit. And
Yeah.
that is wrong.
You
That
know,
that
that's the
retail
thing.
is wrong.
The thing about it is, and I talk about this all the fucking time. I feel like,
And I'm back, guys.
Oh,
Whenever y'all
okay.
need.
oh,
All right.
okay. So the great point, and no, this is something that I kind of want to bring up is that I talk about this all the time. Just as a trader, like there's so much information, and Mike wants to be a fucking PhD of the trading, the stock markets. He wants to be like he wants to know everything, right? And I told him it's like my personal belief is that you don't need to know everything. And I think it's so much information out there that you can muddy your mind and your clarity of the markets and what you're seeing in the markets because if you're trying to analyze all these different setups and stuff at one time, you're gonna start taking all types of setups rather than the setups that work for you and your A plus setup. So now I know you're ICT trader, and Mike's ICT trader, so I'm not really an ICT trader,
And
but
that's cool.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure there's a lot of people that's probably listening that might be ICT traders. So let
Yeah.
me ask you, like, what do you think is something that most ICT traders probably overcomplicate about ICT?
Analysis paralysis. Learning so much to the point to where like you're not making moves now, or you learning so much and whatnot to where again you're trying to perfect everything, trying to basically be It's so pivotal and behooving to be a master of some over mediocre and many. So a lot of people try to learn every single thing it has to do about ICT to the point where they're confusing themselves to discover their own model. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah. So I know for me personally, I was struggling through that in the very beginning because it is a lot of information. But the main thing is find something that works for you, create your own model out of it, and then just stick with that.
Right.
You don't have to know the variables of all the order blocks and things of that nature because I don't personally understand and know all the order blocks, but I know the model that works for me and it's consistent, and I'm gonna
Right.
go ahead and stick with that.
Right.
So
See, yeah, that's the difficult part though, right? Like, see, for me, since I'm an engineer,
yeah,
by like an architect, sort of
yeah,
by nature, right? And if I'm kind of feel like I'm guessing, I don't, that's not good enough for me. Right.
gotcha.
Like if yes, if it's working, it's working, that's fine. But I want to know why that motherfucker's working. I don't want to
Absolutely.
just be in there kind of like, yeah, it works, you know what I'm saying? So I do it. And I'm not saying that's what you do. I'm not saying that's what you do. I'm not saying that's what anybody does. But me personally, that's why I think Raquan always has like this thing. He's like, man, you trying to be a PhD? I'm like, no, I'm just trying to know what the fuck I'm doing. Like just like when I'm coding an app, how you going to pick up JavaScript and start coding and make something that's structurally sound and scalable if you don't know the language that you're using and you just whipping some shit together? Like I, I don't know. I can't do it. Just like when I was not understanding like buying and selling pressure and support and resistance. Like, man, this shit works 2 out of 10 times. Like, what the fuck is going on? Until I learned to watch ICT and he explained to me the inefficiencies and the imbalances and the liquidity. It was the reason why the market. And now when I look at the candles and I'm looking at the market, I can see it. My part right now is the
It's
emotional,
when I got
Yeah.
you. I
right?
got
Like
you.
if I jump in and it keeps going and I get shaken out all the time. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
So my thing is like for one, what is being leveraged? What is being risked? You know what I'm saying? Whatever that you're risking right now, you might need to go down the contract size a little bit.
Hmm.
That's what I would like. Either contract size if you use futures or a lot size if you use forex or structure things of that nature for the forex concept and whatnot. Go from there. But a lot of this is risking, uh, and I find that, for example, when I use maybe 5 micros for a $50,000 account, that worked for me because
Hmm.
now I know that, hey, I can't lose. I know if I lose 30 points, I want to say, or 25 to 30 points, that'll be around $500.
Hmm.
I don't want to
Okay.
lose more than that, or actually, it might be a little bit less than that. I don't want to lose more than that. You know what I'm saying? So I know that, hey, by 5 micros, that's the most I'm willing to lose as far as for 30 points.
Right.
So now I can put, okay, now I can do a 1-to-1 or 1.5 or 2-to-1, because now I'm looking for 30 points to 50 points or 60 points and whatnot for the trade. That's it.
Right.
So it's all, go ahead.
Are you always using 5? Like, is that like your standard size? Or are you sizing based on the day or the setup?
So I'm sizing based on if everything that I'm looking on that model is checked off efficiently.
Right.
If it's an A+ setup, then I'm looking to do 5 to maybe even 7 micros at the most, right?
Okay.
At the most. Like, I'm not going over that, especially, and I'm only increasing my contract size if I'm in profit already, as far as on a certain point.
Okay.
So, like, let's say for example, I'm up $4,000 as far as on my prop firm account, right? Then I feel more comfortable with increasing my size, like
Right.
4,000 to 5,000. And now I'm more confident in increasing my size a little bit to as far as leveraging. But I'm not over leveraging anything anymore, because I realize that by the time I over leverage, I'm losing, right? And if I lose to the point where I'm out the game, and now my trade actually happens, then what? Now I look stupid.
That shit hurts, man. That shit hurts
It
bad too.
hurts.
It hurts
It
real
hurts. I don't
bad.
want to feel like that no more.
Yeah,
I don't want to
exactly.
feel that pain no more. Like the work that you put in is all done with because of poor risk management and poor mechanics and intangibles while you're in the market.
Right.
So I say that, and I tell my friend this, I tell anybody that listens, man, I don't want people to be like this, but the majority of traders, we are like this. It is what it is. It's gonna take a point to where you lose a certain amount, to where you either gonna get this from one of my favorite movies, hood movies, right? You either get down or lay down. And everybody gets to the point. Everybody gets to the point to where, like, financially, to where you lose a certain amount, to where it either gonna shit or get off the pot.
Right.
Yeah.
So for me, I hit that mark. You know what I'm saying? And it got to the point where I had to have a self-talk in the mirror to be like, hey, what you gonna do, man?
Exactly.
Can't lose no more than this, man.
That's a good point, man.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's a good point. Like, and we look back at it, because like, I know as traders, man, we always, even my trading coach, he said this. It's like, even when you make a mistake and you'll say, I'm never gonna do that again. You can never say you're never gonna do it again, because you're gonna do it again.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you just have to kind of be more aware of it and just kind of try to make it less of a impact of a mistake. So, like, my question is, like, what is the mistake, if you're looking back, that you kept repeating and repeating until it finally clicked, that you just either just stopped it or you kind of just toned it down? Like, what was the mistake that you kept doing, like, a lot of times?
I'm gonna be honest with you. So it's not creating barriers for myself to keep from making the mistakes.
Yep.
It's like, for example, right? I used to trade on my phone, right? I made
You
30.
one of those guys.
Yeah, I was one of those guys. Yeah, I was trading from my phone, man. I had a computer and everything, man. I had a one of those long screen monitors and all that. You know what I'm saying? And still was trading on my phone as far as for execution.
Wow.
That was one of my issues right there, and I had to stop it. And like this recent run, as far as like the where like I'm consistently becoming consistently profitable as far as in trading. I'm trading strictly off my computer. I deleted my app. I deleted the TradeAvate app. I deleted. I damn near deleted TradingView from my phone. Right, to the point where I'm only conducting business on my computer.
Yeah.
That in my office space, at my desk, and that's it. Another thing that I had to do, as far as like, when again creating barriers, times that I tilt and whatnot, as far as or I get to the point where I make my money for the day and I'm trying to get back in because I'm greedy. I remove myself from out of the environment in order for me to do something that's gonna keep me from being consistently profitable.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna keep me from being in danger with myself. So, for example, addicts, right? Like again, I like to put everything in real life situations. Somebody who's an addict, if they're in the vicinity of where a drug is, they're more likely to use that drug, right? So for example, in regards to trading, if you already made your money for the day, why in the hell are you gonna be in the environment to trade if that you could be in a position of trying to get more money now? You already made your mark for the day. So stay the hell out of it. Stay out of the environment to trade, which is why I got rid of any type of trading apps from my phone. So then I'm not in the middle of a date and I see a trade, I get a trade alert, and now I want to trade while I'm in the middle of a date now.
I mean, it's the hardest thing, but like it's like what you said
Yep,
though. It's like you're saving yourself from yourself. And
exactly.
that's what's so crazy about the market. It's you the only person I hear people say, because you're in there battling with this person. No, you're battling yourself
Exactly.
the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed, Quan, I know you said this before, and I'm not trying to, I'm not disproving you or anything, but when you said, you're still going to make the mistakes. I forget which book it was. I think it was The Mountain Is You or something like that. It was one of those kind of books where it said, you will continue doing the same thing until you actually change that part of your personality to like where you like when somebody says, like, I don't know if y'all eat pork, but I don't. Right. And I remember there used to be a time like back 20 something years ago, I would slip up every now and then until it was like, look, I don't eat it. And since then, I've never touched it. It has to
Right.
become a part of you. And then you won't make the mistake anymore. So then it's like once you come, and it's like he said, when you're looking in the mirror and it's like, you got to have that talk with yourself. Like, look, man, are you stupid, retarded? Not, excuse me if saying retarded if it hurts anybody's feelings, offends anybody. Like, are you stupid or what? Like, what's your problem as to why you can't stop doing this? Do you not have self-control? And you really got to be like honest and blunt, honest with yourself. And that's like, I've been there so many times. And it's like, how much more, like how many more faults do I still have before I can get this right? But I think the main thing that you're saying is don't trade when you got shit going on in your life, and being unemployed like a motherfucker is a thing going on in your life.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Absolutely right, man.
For some reason, I just had an image of a puppy and yelling at a puppy, and the puppy's looking at you, and you're asking it like, "So why did you eat the shoe?" You know
Right.
what I mean? It's like, and it's just looking at you like
What is you talking
it's not saying nothing because, and that's how I look. That's how you look in the mirror, like,
about?
yeah, why the fuck I keep doing this? And it's like you're looking back at yourself like, I ain't got nothing to say, bro. I don't know.
Right,
I
right.
ain't got nothing to say. Like
You ain't got no
you
excuses.
because it hurts so much, and it's like, I think for me, and it just for my truth is just like something that I repeatedly did was be a cowboy, like cowboy trade, and like either just like fuck it, or just try to inflict my will on the market and say, okay, let me go extra size on this trade so I can get back some of the money I lost. And then, and a lot of times I did that is when I blew up my account. And for some reason, it's still in me. And like it's just still in me. Like that cowboy is still in me. And this, yeah, it's just a lot of self-work and stuff. So some things are not as easy to just kind of just cut off.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, because they call it shadow work, right? Shadow work is when you're doing introspection and you go, like I think the Scientologists do it too, where they talk to somebody, I think it's called an auditor, and they go back like into their psyche and their subconscious and try to find all of the things that you have bad energy attached to, right? And you have to kind of like keep digging and digging and digging and digging and digging until you uncover the seed that creates that mentality part of you that makes you a cowboy, right? You have to find what that is, and you have to either like reshape it, reform it, get whatever negative energy out of it to kind of like to change that tree, right? Because the tree is grown like that. That's what they say. You plant a seed, it grows into a tree, and the longer you do it, the stronger and bigger the tree becomes. So, at first, if you catch it early, you could chop down a baby tree real quick. But if you got a fucking redwood there because you've been doing it for 30 years, then that's a lot more difficult to take care of, right? And some of these things, like the money is the root of all evil. You got to be a criminal. There's always, wherever there's a fortune, there's a crime. Like all of that kind of shit that you get taught when you're a kid, that's still in your brain.
Yeah.
And you subconsciously, if like, and I've even heard that like when you're journaling stuff and you're journaling it negatively and you're putting negative emotion behind the mistakes that you made, when instead of putting positive energy behind the mistakes that you've made and how you're going to learn from them, your subconscious will do things to try to avoid lesson that you learned because you associated it with a negative outcome, right? And or it happens the same way. If you're like, oh, I got a good trade, you know, I say I made $5,000 or whatever, but it was a luck trade or you were over leveraged. Your mind will, it's a goal seeking mechanism. It will look for those opportunities to give you what you want, and you will take and you will do it again because you've associated positive energy to that habit. It's crazy how psychological trading is, and it shit fucks me up all the time because I think I got my shit together, but it shows me every day like, nah, you don't, nigga. No, you don't.
Yeah,
I got something for you guys, right? So, for example, it's something that personally works with me down to this day. I had to have a mental shift in regards to keep from doing this, basically going through insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result and whatnot, in which I was going through in my own trade. So I had to have a shift as far as from childhood all the way up to now. For example, I was in the kitchen one time and my arm got burnt. I have a scar since then that I look at every day, right? Because I got burnt. And my mom told me, do not be in that kitchen. I did, and I burnt myself. And then I had another situation to where, same thing, kid, I was a badass kid. You know what I'm saying? Always doing the opposite of what somebody tried to tell me what to do as far as like that was older than me, right? So I don't know why, but it was the case. So at a time where I was trying to grab a football from my older cousin's room, and he left his iron on, right? I burnt my that same arm. You know what I'm saying? In a separate situation. Those two times right there, to this day, I know that, hey, if the pay attention to hot things from here on out, or you'll burn your arm, right? And I felt the pain, right? And then the same thing in regards to, hey, if you see an iron, check to see if it's on. So I felt the pain, right? Y'all see what I'm getting at? Y'all see what I'm coming at now, right? So again, like pain, unfortunately, for some people, they can get through it without having to deal with the pain as far as like with losing money in trading or just taking losses. But what we have to do as far as for anybody that wants to be like profitable in this and be consistently profitable in this is know that, hey, losses are going to happen. It's okay to take a L, but think of it as a lesson instead of a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Put yourself in an environment to where you leverage enough to where if you take that lesson, it's not going to hit you to the point where you feel like you lost everything. And the reason why you feel like you may have lost everything is because you leveraged too much.
Yep. Yep.
So that's my main thing right there, and that's something that I personally had to get through is changing things as far as because the market is literally a mirror to your life, right?
Yep.
Once you get to a certain part, the market is literally a mirror. So
Yep.
for me and everything, I had to figure out what am I doing wrong, and how can I again place barriers on myself from me punching my own self out. So for y'all, what I want to like put out there to give to y'all, anybody that's listening to this, what barriers are you putting out for yourself? Are you following a trading plan? Are you following your model? Are you trading during the time windows that you statistically seen your setup happen over and over and over again? Are you at the point to where you're trading to where it's boring now? Are you trading to where you lost the excitement feeling off of winning and losing a trade? Those, once you get there, everything starts to slow down. Like if anybody that played football, that ever quarterback, that things of that nature, right? The game, or even basketball, right? The game slows down. And once you get to the point of slowing down when it comes to learning that skill and repeating that same skill over and over again, that's when things become more consistent. And again, I'm going to say it again, barriers, setting barriers for yourself to keep you from messing up.
Woo.
Man,
There it is.
Jim, hey,
There
love
it
that.
is.
Pain and profit, man. Hey, that's real pain and profit right there, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
that's real pain and profit right there, Dave.
Damn.
Hey, man, D, man, we appreciate you, man. Come up here and dropping these gems on us for us, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
no
man, you got to
problem.
come back, man, because I that was enough. I need more, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And I wish I could have been more, but no pun intended. But I wish I could have been more consistent with being on the call and paying and having and where I'm just focused on this. I got trees getting cut near my yard. and whatnot. So I'm having to talk to people and then family and things of that nature. Y'all know how it goes. But
Right,
I know
right.
in the next interview for sure, I'm gonna make sure to be in my office, and which there can be no interruption. You know what I'm saying? And I can provide any information that you guys need to where, or anybody that's listening right now, to where like we can all be consistently profitable. Because that's the nature. Like, it's cool to make a few $1,000s here, a few $1,000s there, but let's make money and let's make more money than we lose.
Awesome,
Absolutely.
man. Damn, much appreciated, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, man. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this call up, man. Definitely, we'll have this posted on Spotify. You can check it out. I'm definitely also on YouTube as well on the Pain and Profit channel. So we'll have this up there this week. But again, man, appreciate it. Definitely.
All right.
RD,
Take care.
Yep.
take care, bro. Peace.